Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the new pet that was introduced to Gyms of War today on my lower level account, so I can show a very low level team that I've been using to defeat out all of the battles. So if I go under games, go under the pet rescue as always, the standard weekly pet every single Wednesday. This week we have the Itty Bitty Yeti. We get a new one every single month, and this is the new one of this current month. It will not be in the drop, it'll be basically available for this day, and then it won't be available for about 3 to 4 weeks after, basically meaning that the previous dragon that wasn't available for a while is now available now, but this guy after today will not be available for about 4 weeks or so do keep that in mind. He is a blue pet, and as far as his bonus, not really that good. It's Glacial Peak's bonus, which is near useless. There's a couple good Glacial Peak troops, most notably being Queen Mab fully traded, but you would very rarely ever use 2, 3, or 4 of these things into your team, so the extra bonus that he's going to be giving you, more often than not, is going to be completely useless until more Glacial Peaks troop are introduced into the game, so do keep that in mind. Nonetheless, it is still good to get every single pet that you can possibly get, and this is no exception with this guy. So this week is a lot of merfolks as well as blue troops in these battles, so I've decided to go with a lamprey. Lamprey has the capability of devouring. It has a 30% chance to devour a blue every single time it ends up doing its cast, which is pretty nice. One other thing that's pretty noteworthy about it is it has the capability of doing 2 times skull damage whenever it hits merfolk. And on this particular battle, as well as on most of the battles within this current pet, most of them are merfolk, and all 4 of these are actually merfolk. So basically what we'll do is go and devour out Skyla, as she's the only one devourable on the opposing team, and basically just double Dwarven Gate until we get that to that point. This gives us a bunch of armor to make sure he doesn't die. It also gives 5 mana to all other allies, which we'll basically be using to keep our mana up, as well as barrier to all other allies to make sure that we don't die since our stats are so low. We'll also have a 50% reduction, so we can let him take some skulls and it won't really matter too much. And basically we just keep doing that until we get at least our first devour off our lamprey. Ideally you'd want 2 or 3 as well, but since this is the only thing we can devour in this particular battle, due to him having indigestible, we will not actually be able to do that. So we could always stun it, I guess. But, oh, never mind, has immune to stun. Never mind, you can't even go down that route. So yeah, you can't devour it any way you try to, pretty much. But we'll basically be barrier spamming until we get the Skyla Devour off the Lamprey, then we kill them all off of Lamprey Skulls. Is essentially the strategy that we're going for here. The Dragonian Monk is here as a backup barrier. It's also going to give us some board control, so this could be pretty nice. Ideally, you'd have it fully traded, but it still functions perfectly fine without it. And yeah, we'll just get right into the battle. You will want to repick a lot, like excessively a lot. I think my average repick has been about 10 so far on every single one of these battles. Well, not every single one. Of course, the earlier ones go down a bit easier. But definitely takes quite a bit. And you can't really run with things that hit all enemies or split damage or anything like that this week. The main reason being is there's so many submerges that it doesn't really work out that well. So we're going to go for that. Don't know if that was really worth playing out. We might still repick this one. But we'll go and get all the barriers we need right there. There goes every single barrier for an entire team. We're going to want to hold this Dwarven Gate initially. The first Dwarven Gate we do not actually want to throw down immediately. That's going to be a really bad idea too. Main reason being is we want to get our mana going before we do. And we'll want to make sure we have the other Dwarven Gate to at least half mana before we bother getting it down. So even right now, we're not going to want to get it. Though, then again, he just died, so unless we get Devourer right now, this is a restart. And nope, it is not. As you can see, that is a very, very vicious attack. The amount of AoE damage he does to all your allies, assuming you don't have any kingdoms upgrading, and depending on your leveling, could be enough to one-shot you. It is very, very high damage just early on in the game, to say the least. So still pretty bad starting board. We'll play it out a little bit, see where it goes. Gonna take a skull. At least that's him not taking mana, if nothing else. So we'll go grab that. Almost have all the mana we need. I need 1 more blue. Unfortunately, he just got so much mana right there, and I did not see a blue available. Hopefully we'll get lucky and get the Devourer. No, we did not. So with that being said, it is probably repick time, especially since I threw out the Lamprey already. So nope, it is time to restart it. Yeah. All we have to do is just keep abusing the restart button until we finally get a good set, or we initially get the Devourer. Of course, you can do this exact same thing with the Bullet team too. Just kind of wanted to show something a little bit different with this, as it is a pretty nice counter against it. You can also replace out some of these other troops if you wanted to, if you had slightly higher durability. Though, obviously with these kind of stats compared to his kind of damage, we will die the second he hits us if we don't have barrier on. So we kind of need to spam with how low our stats are to make sure we don't go down. Barrier will completely protect against any one instance of damage, so as long as you're only hitting you with single instances of damage, you'll be perfectly fine. So right here, we do need another blue before we throw this down, so I'm actually going to grab Draconian Monk. I was hoping for the blue off of that. I think I am going to manually take this. I'm going to take it with some purple just in case we get a skull there, just to deny him. We didn't actually get it. We had 2 chances, but oh well. We'll go for the Devour here. Please, Devour, land already. Okay, didn't land, but it's still worth playing out simply because we have so much going on already on our team right now. So we're going to go, I believe, double Dwarven Gate at this point. I'll cast the first one first, just in case he feels like doing something strange. So we'll do that. Do this one. We'll go and take the blue right there. Get another Monk down. This will also replace this barrier right back up. We'll mainly be taking it for as many barriers as we possibly can. We'll be, most likely, you'll be aiming it every single time. And it appears to be right there. We can also use it to deny skulls if we really want to, which is also the other alternative if you currently don't have barriers up on any of your troops. So right here, we do have the capability to go into Dwarven Gate, though unfortunately our Dwarven Gate's not up, so we can't do that. So we'll try for the Devour here. Hopefully we'll get it. Get a Devour! Why? It is 30% chance, but at the moment it feels like 0 until we actually get it. But we'll go move that over. See if we can get a Monk down. That will give us the last of the mana. It'll also make sure we give him the barrier he needs, most likely. There's a chance we won't because we can't get a 4, and it doesn't automatically barrier what isn't barriered. So one other strategy that we could do here is just deny out his skulls, or do both simultaneously. Try taking some barriers while also denying out these skulls, which I don't see a good option for doing both simultaneously. That will give him 4 times. I guess we just go deny out the thing and only get 1 skull. Or deny out his skulls and only get 1 barrier, I mean. There's no guarantee chance that this would specifically hit our first slot, but hopefully it will. And it actually did! Very nice, okay. Unfortunately, she just got the hit on our Monk now, so this looks like a restart unless we don't... only if we can't get next Devour. If we can get next Devour, it's probably worth playing out. So this will be for everything right here. Please Devour. Here we go, okay. So now we can win. Basically what we do now is we kill this out deliberately. We want to go get our mana right back up. Ideally, we'd go and try getting another Devour, though that's not quite going to work out, given our current circumstance. So we're going to deliberately let him hit us. I need to do this in a way that doesn't give him anything, so we'll take it that way. He'll go and kill that out, and now we can actually start playing this battle. So we have 75 attack now. We have all the HP that we stole from Skyla, and we do 2 times skull damage off its first trait, which is really easy to obtain, to all merfolk. And as you recall, every single thing on this team is indeed merfolk, or at least in this particular battle. And most of the other battles, it's a good majority of them. So from here, we basically just keep barriering up with this. At this point, I don't even cast the ability anymore. It's better just to hold it and just keep casting Dwarven Gate for barriers to make sure this doesn't die. And yeah, just ever so slowly, we start chipping him down. So we'll take this green because it blocks less of our blue. So now if we take a single blue, that will bring him the full mana. Have to be very careful to deny out every brown and blue, as that's the only way he could really win at this point is off those 2 colors. So gotta make sure, particularly on the blue, that we make sure we take all of them. So again, we have his ability up, but I do not want to actually cast him because there is no point. There's another skull that we need. I believe we're actually going to need 3 skulls. Since we can't Devour him, we have to skull him down. He's starting to get there. Luckily, there's no mana he can directly take right now. I kind of feel like throwing the Lamprey down, but again, it's just going to be a waste. Biggest issue here is I don't want to, of course, give him those browns, so I think we're going to go and take this yellow off the top, see what happens. He doesn't get any mana he really needs. Well, I guess he gets it for the little unicorn thingy, seahorse, but we'll go to this. Still trying to hunt down for skulls. We'll get another barrier on this. This will probably die to the next AoE. Not much we can do to that, but at least before it goes down, it will be able to give this thing a barrier to make sure that it at least stays alive for a little bit longer. And from here, we're as soon as we get this thing down, should pretty much be a win. We could still technically lose. Ideally, we'll want to kill this out before it actually kills out our other troop. But we'll see what happens. I guess at this point, I might try denying out some of his other colors. The only problem with that is I got to be careful not to accidentally deny him into giving his good mana. So we'll do that. Ooh, that's exactly what I want to not see. So, there's a good chance that he's going to cast as a barrier and not take skull. So knowing this, I'm actually going to take a purple here and just hope he doesn't take the skull. Oh, he did go for it. Okay, that's really bad now. Well then, that's pretty much a lose right there. Unless we can get a lot more skulls. And he just moves it all the way to the back. Not like that makes any difference. Okay, we got to play this very carefully now. Let's see. Can we bait him into taking a skull? I sure hope so. Or giving us a skull, I mean. So he does, so we'll take that. Still need way more skulls than that if we're going to win this, though. Still easily winnable. I shouldn't say easily, but still is winnable. There's 2 different ways he can give us a skull, so hopefully he'll go for one of those. And no, he does not, of course. I believe we're out of moves that are safe. Never mind. We have 1. It's this purple. Actually, this red's safe too, isn't it? Yes. Actually, this red... No, it's not as safe because of Doom Skull. So we'll take this purple here. He doesn't need either color, so it doesn't really matter too much. Almost same result will happen either way. Yeah, so we'll go for the purple here. Take that down. He does indeed give us the hit we need. And one more will give us a really good chance of winning it. So there we go. So still not one yet, but it does make it a lot easier at this point. All we have to do is hit it one more time, or two more actually, because it gains too much HP there. And we have to hit him twice before he hits us twice. So that seems reasonable. Let's see. He is a little bit above, but I think we have enough damage that we could just poke him down. Because we're doing what? 150 per hit? Oh, wait. We're doing 150 per hit. I only have to hit him one more time. Because we could just poke him with this. There we go. Okay, so we need to find one skull before he finds two. Though I also need to deny his mana. Because we will need to hit him twice if he does get his mana back. Which actually does look pretty likely at this point. So, got to be careful which way we take these to make sure that we don't accidentally give him his mana that he needs. With that being said, I'm thinking I'm going to try to deliberately take this yellow. Didn't get it, but at least he didn't get it. Oh, he did get it. Okay, we're going to have to hit him twice. And if he keeps going like that, we might even need to hit him more times than that, which would be very bad if so. We'll try for the skull here. We'll have two different chances. Hopefully we'll get it off of one of them. Both chances missed, but he gives it to us directly. So if we could just get one skull before he does anything, we'll be good to go. Anyways, we can move this. Not really. We'll move that down. We could try for... Oh, no, I can't try for a 3 anymore. I ruined it. But we'll go and take the blue. It would have been more in his chance anyways. That would have been in his favor, so we didn't really need to go for that cascade. But we'll go and deny his yellow. I'm not going to be fancy and try doing anything here because there's no chance to really extra turn it unless we get a triple brown right there, which obviously is ridiculously unlikely. So we'll just standard deny him. Hopefully he'll take that red that's blinking. That would actually be perfect. Oops, I did not want an extra turn. Really, I was just saying how we wouldn't get an extra turn there. It just randomly cascades into one. Nice. But we'll go take... I actually didn't want an extra turn there. That does nothing for us. Even if we got our mana up, that wouldn't actually do anything. What we need is him to bait out a skull, or for us to bait him into taking a skull. And there we go. That's exactly what we need. As you can see, the Lamprey, once it gets a single Devour, or if it gets multiple Devours, if you have them available, will essentially just instantly win you out the battle. And let's go claim all the rewards that we have from the new little Yeti. So there we go. 3 copies of the Yeti, as I mentioned. Glacial Peaks bonus. Not really anything I would bother upgrading. I would pretty much just leave him as is as soon as you get his copy and just use your blue pet food for better pets, like the one for Blue Guild War Day is pretty nice, so probably just put it into that would be way better value than bothering to put it into the Yeti, but still, nonetheless, nice to get every single pet that comes around. And that's pretty much this pet. So if you guys have any other questions about the new pet or anything else about pet battles in general, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone!